Sun had access to billions of dollars for now investments men's both directly from the cash flow, as well as trough the company. Ability to raise debt financing. He trans from Is SoftBank from a massive conglomerate owning stakes in a wide range of innovative tech company. In 2013 he acquired 51 stake in Finnish mobile company Supercell, is a company behind the hit game Clash of Clans, the bought a controlling stake in the French company Alvar on robotics, with the rebranded as SoftBank in 2014. SoftBank Robotics creates the humanoid people robot greets a customers at SoftBank mobile stores in an attempt to expand their actional food Parinthai brought a 1 billion stake in South Korean e-commerce company Coupang in 2015. In 2016, Sun announced the 32 billion acquisition British, which was SoftBank's biggest deal ever over the years. SoftBank made hundreds of investments in Start Capital, found the world he had billions of dollars worth of capital to deploy and wasn't afraid to invest in money-losing businesses. He was also very aggressive in negotiations with founders. He would often threaten to accept his investments. By the mid-2010, SoftBank was one of the most well-repeated techology investment firms, and Masayoshi's son was considered a legendary investor. The 2214 IPO of Alibaba made SoftBank stake worth $60 billion in the first day of grading. This is 3,000 time the $20 million he has spent to buy the stake 14 years prior, leveraging his track record. Sun launched the SoftBank Vision Fund, which aimed to raise $100 billion to invest in disruptive technology startups. This made it the largest venture capital fund in the world. Sun convinced Saudi Arabian Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman to invest $45 billion. Country Sovereign Wealth Fund with the venture, a further $28 billion came from SoftBank-owned balance sheet. The remainder came from other investors including Apple, Qualcomm, Larry Ellison and other. Sun now had $100 billion capital to put WeWork, between 2017 and 2019 the Vicen share roughly $10 billion into the shared working speech company Work. At a peak valuation of $47 billion, at its core WeWork was a real estate company, not tech company. So it was growing. Test was boring $1 billion of venture capital funding, with 40 real path to profitability. WeWork founder and CEO Adam Neumann also mismanaged corporate money, fund his own extravagant lifestyle and entangled the company in shady related party transactions. In 2019 WeWork tried do an IPO, but there wasn't little dominate for its shares that they hasto alit off SoftBank company by 90%. The Vision Fund also invested in dog walking marketplace Wag, which they sold in 2019 for a huge loss. One of the fund's biggest investments was in ride-hailing company Uber. They had to take write-downs on this position to the tune of billion of dollars, with the stock tanked following its 2019 IPO. This caused the fund to report a $9 billion net loss in non-member to 2019, with Masayoshi Son admitting that he exercised for judgment in the WeWork investment. In 2019 SoftBank tried to raise a seed Vision Fund with a target of $108 billion. However, with the abysmal record from Vision Fund 1, investment were understandably hesitant to give them more money. They were only able to rise less than half of the goal when the pandemic hit in 2020. Things were not looking good. SoftBank, with economies closing all around the world, many of their portfolio company were having their businesses disrupted significantly. The Vision Fund reported a jaw erupted significant. The Vision Fund a jaw dropping $18 billion loss in the spring of 2020. This can mostly be attributed to funder declines in WeWork and Uber. Both companies scoffed deep declines in demand relating to the pandemic. In an investment presentation, some compared their portfolio companies to unicorns that are stuck in the value of the corn verbs. While source will die in the valley, other will survive to make it out alive on the other side. Many at the time criticized him for making this rather childish analogy, but son wasn't about to go down without a fight. At the beginning of the pandemic, SoftBank announced that they would sell $41 billion worth assets and use the proceeds this to pay down debt and repurchase shares. This took advantage of the company's depressed share price. During the pandemic sell of Walsone of the Vision Fund's portfolio, companies like WeWork were negatively impacted by the pandemic. Others were perfectly to the stay-at-home economy. The Vision Fund made investments in food delivery companies including DoorDash and grantees saw their businesses boom as people their home. On DoorDash alone, SoftBank turned a $680 million somewhere dump into $11.5 billion when the company IPO in December 2020. They also made billions of dollars from their investments in CoopUp reached a valuation of $84 billion. Its day of trading. Eugene Uber, which initially tanked at the beginning of 2020,